Sorry. Hey guys, I'm Raven.
My name's Arthur.
And I'm Sam, and we are missionaries at YWAM Kansas City, and we are going to be reacting to some
Christian memes! Christian! You forgot the Christian part!
What's the funniest Christian memes that you guys see?
like the savage ones.
Okay, so I think the funniest one I've seen is the one of the guy going through the American Ninja Warrior, like the floaty thing, and he's just getting hit over and over and over again. And it's like, this is what my walk with Jesus looks like, or something like that. And he's like, every time he gets back up, he just keeps falling back down, and he keeps going. That one.
We all been there.
Oh, I'm in it.
Or relationship ones. They're the funniest too. Guys stacking chairs so all the girls can see.
So impressive.
Let me, when the youth pastor asks guys to like help clean up, and then you see one kid like toppling over with 20 chairs and like trying to look all tough for girls.
Nice.
Been there.
I think missionaries have a sense of humor.
We are robots. we can't laugh.
Yeah. Okay, so first meme. People, right? So you can't expect to eat junk food, never work out, and get abs. Me? Well, first of all, through God, all things are possible. So jot that down.
Listen.
Yo, if I could get spiritual six-pack.
Bruh.
I've been contending for
actually.
that and interceding for the last year, okay? Like, Lord, wake up one day and just...
Bruh.
Where are abs made?
The amount of times I've eaten
In
a
the
piece
place
of
of
pizza, the amount of times I've eaten like chips or a piece of pizza and like prayed that it was a carrot on the way down.
I ain't prayed that before.
I pray it all the time.
If I'm eating pizza, I'm eating pizza.
Follow-up question.
Follow-up
Do
question.
you think you could use like Doritos and
Preach the
like
gospel.
grape soda as communion, and that'll get you fit to the body?
Let me tell you, I'll be taking a lot of communion then.
If you could use, what is it? Okay, if you could use carrots and grape juice for communion.
No,
you?
Dorito.
No,
What
the
carrots?
She's still thinking about the carrots, yo.
Carrots?
She's like, it'll be a carrot on its way down. For your Dorito
It's
chips.
true.
It just depends what
Dorito.
Doritos. You know, if
Right,
like
holy
the nacho
Dorito.
cheese, I don't know. But if it
the
had
Cool
that,
Ranch.
no, not the Cool Ranch. They got this one flavor. It's the purple bag. You know what I'm talking about?
Sweet chili.
Oh,
Sweet chili.
Sweet chili can
Yes.
be communion all day. But when Jesus
Blessed
broke the
Doritos.
bread, he formed it in the shape of that
No,
little
he did
triangular chip, and he said,
Boy.
"Take, eat of my cup." I mean, my body. body. Okay, we're missionaries. I promise.
We read the word. It's
I
fine.
think. All right, next. Realizing everything you believe goes against what Jesus taught. Are we the baddies?
What? Really? Okay,
Real low.
wait, hold on.
That face, though.
I know.
so dumb.
Hey, for the record, though, I actually have no idea who the baddies are.
Baddies means bad guys in British.
Oh, the
Yeah.
baddies. Okay,
Have
that
you-
makes all right. But why is there a capital T?
What?
You know,
I
like
think they're just saying it's bad. Like,
No,
are
but-
we the bad guys?
oh,
Think the bad guys.
Being a Christian, you're like, oh, I actually learned this wrong, or like a moment of like, oh, I had this completely different view.
I can tell you there's been a couple times where I thought I knew a Bible story and I really didn't know the Bible story. Like,
VeggieTales done did us wrong.
honestly
sometimes.
though, because like we get like the bullet points of Bible stories, and then when you actually open the Bible, it's like a whole different. Like, I didn't realize that the whole Old Testament was basically like a full-on soap opera. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And the amount of like stories there, appropriate and inappropriate, but like the amount of stories there are like, you can't ever say the Bible's boring. And I used to say the Bible's boring because I had no idea.
I think for me, the funniest realization I had, because when I was a kid, I watched all the Left Behind series.
Yes.
So I literally thought that the Antichrist was Nikolai Carpathia.
100%. 100.
So I was looking,
guy.
I was looking for like some Russian dude that I wouldn't ever be able to tell was the Antichrist. And then, like, when you get to the book of Revelation, and, fun fact, I'm Ukrainian, okay? Russian, Slavic, so I'm like, it's one of us.
Just look in the news and see.
Who? Right? But then, like, reading the book of Revelation, and it talks about this dragon, I'm like, are we really going to see a dragon?
Listen.
Like, can I expect a dragon?
Or is it going to be Nikolai Carpathia? I don't know.
It's a man that looks like a dragon? A dragon man. So, yes, it's kind of, when your worldview gets totally transformed, it's kind of funny and fun. Yeah. But also sometimes you got to come to some conclusions that, like, man, okay, I got to let that go. Yeah. So, okay, here we go. When Jesus goes a step too far. No running.
Water?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna need you to slow down, Jesus. You doing a little too much.
Because he's walking on water. Get it, Sam? So there's no running on water.
Wheezing laugh.
Her lack of reaction is funnier than the actual meme.
I was just like,
she was trying. She was looking at it so hard, like.
I was just like, my practical side was just like, who put a sign there? Honestly, like I've tried to like walk on water before. Have you guys tried?
I've definitely tried.
Have you tried?
I believe
it. Legit, you're like, God, I faith.
Bruh, like, I believe I can fly comes flying in the background, and you're like,
okay, so you guys, like Sonic the Hedgehog, you just freaking run so fast, right on water, right? Yeah. I've literally gone full steam ahead, sprinting, thinking like, if I could at least even take 3 or 4 steps on water. It's walking on water.
Then I've won.
Literally, first step, boom, right into the water. Doesn't work.
It sure don't.
Yeah. What is one thing that you want to do?
Teleportation. The second I saw that was in the Bible, I was like,
yes. I've wanted to like be in a different country. Like I close my eyes and I open them.
How cool would that be?
And I'm in another country. The sad thing is like it's never happened. And I've wanted it to happen really bad.
I was gonna be very impressed if it had happened.
Oh yeah.
Really? Tell me everything.
I think it'd be world news.
Yeah.
Guy walks through toilet. Comes out in Istanbul. Guy walks in the porta potty.
Why through a toilet?
I don't know. I was just thinking like a porta potty or something. It just came to my mind. You walk into a porta potty, open the porta potty. You're in China.
I don't know, man.
Can you imagine that? It's just in Missouri. Open the door. Hong Kong. Wow, that'd be shocking. I think any time it has to do with a belief system that's not his, those are always the toughest. So when your worldview is not aligned with his, and he comes to change that, I think it's always really hard to let go of the thing that you've been holding on to for so long, and it feels like he is going too far. But the truth is, he's the one that's going the distance he needs to go. Right. We sometimes sell ourselves short. Girls' youth camp counselor trying to calm down her students like, you can't marry me. Man, you just met.
Oh, well, let me tell you this one. How many times have we have to tell our students?
Bruh. How many times do I have to tell myself, Raven, you can't marry a man you just met? Jesus? No, I think... Real talk, like, how many Christian girls? Don't look at me like that. I'm crazy. That's just, I'm being real.
It's okay, I thought it.
Listen, husband, if you are watching.
Not guys. All right.
But no, like, especially as a camp counselor, you do, especially like when the youth in high school, they're still in the hormone stage, everything like that. And the second that you tell them, and they're going through vulnerable stuff, right? Like, youth camp is usually when God is highlighting stuff in people's hearts. The same thing like with DTS, with discipleship training school. Like, God comes in and highlights stuff, and you're really vulnerable and you're really emotional. And the second that somebody comes and pats you on the shoulder or hugs you, next thing you know is like, that's my husband, or that's my wife for you. Right?
Gives you like a cup
I'm
of water.
super emotional, so that
or stacks 10 chairs.
Yeah,
hey,
dude.
how you doing, ladies? You doing good?
Yo, he's showing God's heart to me. It must be right.
Servant hearted.
It's they're like, why can't
Or he
I
could just be
marry
being
him?
nice. Like he doesn't. He may not be the one. He's just being nice to you. Like,
Yeah.
let it be.
Have you guys heard the acronym for YWAM?
Oh yeah, youth with a marriage.
No.
Or young women after
young
men.
women after men, or youth with a marriage. No, it's youth. Oh man, gosh, there's so many. There's like young women after men, youth without a man. No.
Youth without a man. Youth with a man.
Youth with a man. There's
Honestly,
a marriage one.
I think that like a lot of the times that this happens, because I've known a lot of like couples and people who have like gotten married after meeting in like a YWAM context and stuff, and like a lot of our friends too have gotten married and are still together in that kind of context. And I love that God does it because, you know, we're like a really tight community.
Yeah.
We see each other every day.
It's true.
It's just really awesome to get to know somebody in this context. So, I mean, if the Lord does it,
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Yeah. We just that's not the
It's not the
primary purpose
Yeah.
of right.
If it's like a benefit, like a little cherry on top.
Listen, ain't nobody
like-
mad at it.
And a lot
Thank you,
of,
Lord.
yeah, a lot of people then like look at success stories and try to live their life based on somebody
gosh.
else's success story with
Yeah.
dating, with marriage, with all those things. So it's just better to be focused on the person, the author,
Yeah.
the perfecter of your faith, and you know, as he leads you, you'll be okay.
Amen.
All right, next. The only way to get alone time
Yo,
on DTS.
that's real. That is real. Especially on
wait.
outreach.
Well,
Oh my
okay, wait.
God.
Explain. Okay, we gotta explain what DTS is. DTS is a discipleship training school, which is kind of like the entry level school coming into YWAM.
Yeah.
And it's literally you and a bunch of complete strangers doing life together
Yep.
for an intense way for 6 months. And you genuinely don't have. I think I roomed when I did my DTS in Australia, and I roomed with. It was 12 bunks in one room, so
24 people.
24 people in one room
Oh
was my bedroom.
God.
So it wasn't like. Yeah, I tried to put some covers up to make my own little tent, but that did not work. That was not. Yeah, because you're around people all the time, 24/7.
Yeah.
But here in Kansas City, we don't make your room with 24 people.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
We have a 34 acre
30,
campus.
37 acre campus.
You got
37 acre
space.
campus.
Yo,
Go
we
hide
got-
behind
listen.
the
Yo,
tree.
right.
Spend time with the
You can
Lord.
hammock.
You can
Yeah.
hammock. It's
You
true.
can shoot some hoops.
It was
You can
nice. When I moved from here to Australia, it was nice.
Go play some volleyball.
Go play
all
some
alone with Jesus.
Take a walk.
How you go play volleyball alone with Jesus?
And as you serve it to him, he may not serve it back to you, but you can go chase the ball and be alone with him.
I'm in it.
I remember
I don't even know.
go inside my sleeping bag, and I would like have a flashlight and read.
No,
my
you
Bible.
would like you would cover. from
Yeah.
the-
That was like my cave, my
So you
prayer
were literally
cave.
this person.
I was
like,
literally
zipped
that
up
person.
Over the
That was me. That's me.
Let's do the next one.
It's our boy.
When you can't find the verse during the sermon and the pastor's almost done reading,
please help.
like, where are you? He's like reading King James Version
Bruh.
and you're on NIV. Just like reading the same thing but still feel lost. You're like,
Well, these days you're looking at the Bible app on your phone, and you know sometimes that thing lags a little bit,
Listen.
and I'm just like, wait.
See, and in the Baptist church where I come from, we would listen. The pastor will say, "Everybody, turn your pages to this." And if you're there, say "I," and the whole church says "I," and I'm still scrolling. Wait, I'm not there. I'm not
you
there.
just still say, I am not.
I'm not there. And you got their whole family just looking down the
It's funny.
aisle at you. At
It's
the
funny
road.
if you can't find the verse because you don't know where it is in the
Oh.
Bible.
Bruh.
So they're like, turn to Psalms, and then you're like, where's that?
You like you get to Proverbs and you're like, where is it? And you go back to the New Testament. Where is it?
Yo. It's all right.
Come
we
to
got the
Bible
Bible
school
app.
with us.
Come to
Oh.
Bible school.
Yeah.
Yes. The SBS.
Yes.
Come do the Bible. What is it? What does the SBS stand for?
School of Biblical Studies.
That one. They know it.
I love it. His eyes were tearing up.
Listen, I feel his desperation. Been there, homie.
He's like,
Or you
Lord.
just get so frustrated. You know when they say like the Bible verse once where they're reading from and then they don't say it again?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
you're like looking at your next
my
door
gosh.
neighbor, like your next neighbor, you're like,
Did you hear what they said?
no, I didn't hear it. Then
Yeah.
you go to did you hear it?
Oh my
I didn't hear
gosh.
it.
It's
The
the
only
worst.
people that heard it were like,
3 rows.
yeah,
back.
3 rows back or like all the way at the front, and you're like, can't pay attention. Guess I don't know what's going on.
It's okay, but these days in churches, they all have it on the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
projector.
it's beautiful.
See, I'm from back in the day.
You were not that old.
Whatever.
You're not that
Listen,
old.
my culture is old.
You know what's old?
The over-
These are the overhead.
The overhead.
Oh, dude.
Overhead.
I definitely
Laminated.
saw that.
Bruh.
When you had that job though, when it was your job to be the person who uncovers the lyrics on the overhead.
the worship lyrics
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the overhead.
You were like, yes.
And like
a
they
job
write
today.
it. Oh, I got to write. I get to slide it.
And they're like, yes, I made it.
Like you're the
Bro, I
worship
was so
tech. You're
excited.
the
I
worship
was
tech,
so
and all you do is
excited.
click a power button and throw slides. The staff's face when
Come
male and
on.
female students get too close.
Listen.
can't
Listen.
This one.
This is so true.
This one hits too
Make room
hard.
for Jesus. There better be room for Jesus between you two. Make room for Holy Spirit.
I
You
love,
keep that space.
I love that Kevin Hart.
Listen, y'all.
This one's a source of pain for us.
Honestly though, like okay. Okay. Here's the thing.
Oh,
I don't. There's just. Oh, this
We
could
have
go
a-
from so many different ways. Just
renewal
go.
of the mind.
We have a
Which is really, it was hard for me when I first did DTS and first came to YWAM, and I was a girl who grew up with having guy best friends.
Yeah.
So I was just used to being around, and learning. Honestly, a part of discipleship is learning boundaries, learning space.
huge.
It's
part.
yeah, it's like a really big part, and so it's
huge part.
it is a
I'm, like,
huge part, and
looking at him.
it's one of the parts that people tend to have. Oh my gosh, I cannot look at this. I can't.
Can you guys explain the role in DTS? So
Well,
that people have a context.
yeah. So I mean, DTS. In our schools and how we do it, we have a no dating like rule basically. Like during the school, if there's someone that you meet inside the DTS, you can't just be like, let's be boyfriend girlfriend. Like you can't. That's kind of just like not cool here.
Yeah.
But honestly, we love, and that's because we like really think that this is a season to honor God and to be wholehearted in that way. But we love having like platonic, healthy girl and guy friendships. Like, yeah, I think it's great. But I think a lot of the times there's a lot of like young people and sometimes they just don't know boundaries and so sometimes with young people you just gotta disciple them and teach them what's healthy.
And it's not a lot to ask though, because the DTS school is what, 6 months? It's not a lot to ask to be like, if you really are interested in this girl or interested in this guy,
then wait.
to focus on Jesus for right now. Let
Just
him do what
wait.
you're doing, and then in 6 months, if you still
like
because a lot of times, honestly, a lot of the students after the 6 months,
It's
they
called-
ain't even looking the same. Like
it's
they're not
called
even feeling the same way.
DTS fever or
DTS fever.
outreach eyes.
If you've come here and you've come here for Jesus, then just focus on Jesus. And every once in a while, if you're really submitted to the process, if you're really honoring to the Lord, to those around you, to the ones that are willing to disciple you, maybe sometimes it does work out. And
lot
in
of
our
times it has.
in our
We know a lot of
experience,
people.
with good process and good
Community, counsel.
conversation, discipleship, it works out. So okay, new meme. All right. So many cases where I never understood what God was doing for me, then later on I'd be like,
I'm done. Yes. God, I see you. You was there. I see you.
this one's not really funny, it's just true.
It's just 100% true.
It's just true.
Facts,
It's like
straight facts.
yeah, hindsight, he was always there.
In the moment you're like grumbling, you're like,
Yeah, you're trying to hold
God,
on.
why?
yeah.
You guys have a story?
I will. Okay, I got one. So I'm from New Orleans originally, And my parents decided after Katrina, our entire community church, everybody had come together and rebuilt our house after Hurricane Katrina, and it was destroyed. And then right after it was rebuilt, my parents said, God told us that we need to move to Texas. And I'm from the city. And the only thing I knew about Texas was like cowboys and bonanza and like farms. And so I was terrified and screaming. And then I remember crying to God, like, God, why? I need civilization. I'm from the city. I refuse to turn into a cowgirl. And then I got to Texas. And lo and behold, there was a Walmart, there was streets, there was colleges. I was like, oh, there's people here. Yeah. And then God actually ended up doing so much more for me and my family than I could have ever, like, if we had never left New Orleans. Honestly, the things that we were able to, the countries I've been able to go to, all of these things that God has done in and through me and my family, had my parents not obeyed him. And my dad didn't have a job or anything lined up. He just heard that God to say, go move to Texas.
Yeah. And
all this stuff. So literally, like, I can look back like 50 Cent and look up at God and be like, God, I see you. You was in this. I and just trusting.
Nacho!
When you forget the name of the person you're praying for.
Lord bless this man.
Lord.
I can hear the accent.
No. Hey, hold on. There's a pause, though. It's Lord bless
my sister.
This man. Or
my sister for Arthur.
Oh, yeah. Lord bless
this sister.
And thank you for calling her higher. Because they always like try to cover up the fact that they don't know your name by saying like a few extra phrases. Thank you for calling them your son and your daughter.
Bless your daughter.
Bless her, Lord. And you walk away and they're like, they come up to you and it's like, wow, Arthur, thank you so much for praying for me earlier. And you're like, you're welcome.
Yo.
Sister. You're welcome. It's like you still don't
Daughter
know.
of the Most High.
But if
that's when you gotta, when you're like in the ministry team or you're praying for someone, and then they're like, you gotta have somebody else on your team be like, oh, that's
right.
Sarah.
Right, or you just turn into Sherlock and you just start listening to other conversations.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Pick up.
You start trying to hear somebody. You're letting somebody else pray before you to see if they drop the name. You're like, yes, God, thank you for Sister Raven. Yes, Father, thank you so much for calling her your daughter and bless bless Raven, God.
Amen.
Oh, that's a good one. I've been there.
That is a very
I've
good
definitely been there. Oh.
Okay, Denzel.
My face when my one says they didn't finish their journal.
You want to explain it?
So in DTS, in a lot of different bases, they make their students do like journal entries where they're supposed to like write stuff down, like process their week or process the class, and then they take that journal and then they have a conversation about it with their one-on-one. And in DTS you have a one-on-one, so it's like a staff assigned to you to process a week and to help pray with you, to hear God. So that's what this meme is talking about.
Yeah, but when they don't finish the journal.
So this is like a staff's perspective.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh, this is
so anticlimactic that one.
That makes sense.
Wait. I'm confused. So this is not from a student.
No. This is a staff. When a student comes up to the staff
and says they haven't finished
their journal, staff's like,
he just came from a one-on-one, so it's really real for him.
It's really fresh, y'all. That's it? Aw.
That was fun.
All right, well, thanks, guys, for joining us, watching memes with us today.
Hey, be sure to send us more memes. Send it to us on our Instagram, direct message us, whatever it is, however it is you want to send it.
Yeah.
On all platforms. We'd love to watch him and give reactions next time as well.
Yeah, and if you like these reactions, just give us any ideas for anything that you would like us to react to. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all the things, so that we can get these videos out there.
And maybe part 2 of our hyena laughs will come in.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.